What's up, guys? Doc Raj here, and I want to talk to you about whether you should run barefoot, like those little toesies that you see sticking out of the bottom of the screen there, or if you should wear shoes. And if you run differently barefoot than you do in shoes, that's a problem. Why is that a problem? Well, because your body is much better at absorbing these forces than your shoes will ever be. So if those shoes, the technology there, changes the way that you run, that's a problem, right? Go outside, barefoot, go for a quick little sprint, little run, do it on the cement, do it on the grass, and then throw your shoes on and do the same thing. And note the differences in your step, your stride, your foot strike, your cadence, all of those things. It makes sense that you should probably mimic what your body does naturally if you're wearing shoes. Now, I'm not saying ditch your shoes and go run barefoot all the time, because most of us have really weak feet. Imagine if your hands were in a glove that just held it like this and you couldn't actually use it all the time, and then you started trying to deadlift and grip things and do pull-ups. It wouldn't probably feel too good on your hand because it's weak as hell from being shoved in a glove, which is what it does to your shoes, right? Your shoes do to your feet. So you need to start by slowly increasing the time that you spend barefoot, right? Like you could do fancy foot exercises, or you could just spend more time barefoot around the house, outside, in the yard. You're not going to die, I promise, right? Like, feet are designed to be barefoot. Some people have like this weird thing against being barefoot. But if you're going to barefoot run, that's not you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So spend time getting used to it, allowing your feet to adapt, and then start with short runs, right? Hit a quarter mile a couple times, hit a half a mile, then 3/4, and do it over a long period of time, starting on softer surfaces. This is where people get injured. They're like, I'm going to go for a 3-mile barefoot run, and they run on this cement, and their foot is slapping the ground because they haven't put any time into changing their form and adapting to the stress there, and they end up with a stress fracture in their foot or something like that. So don't let that be you. Fun fact, one time I ran down the Mohawk Trail for 6 miles barefoot because we were tubing, and I was with my grandmother, and she got cold, and I thought the car was that way, but it was that way, and then I had to hitchhike. Either way, if you guys want to know more about that, let me know. Leave your barefoot running stories in the comments.